Hi, this is Kati Weeks, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I'm very excited to share with you a workshop that I designed using Country Lace Designer Series paper and Country Woods Designer Series paper. It features 3 cards and several layouts. So I'm going to set these aside and start showing you the layouts. Here's the cover page. And these are not completed pages because I don't have photos on them yet. And I'm not quite sure who I'm going to use these for. I might use them for a male or I might use them for a female, like my granddaughters for some pages. So I will be adding some bits to them later. And I have lots of circles that I've punched, some sprigs that I've punched, a really old Stampin' Up! Flower punch that I've punched out some extras. And so I will be zhuzhing them up a little bit at a later date when I add the pictures to them. But I want to show you the base pages because I'm so excited about this. This was a print and cut, and I did add some Melon Flowers from Close to My Heart on there. And this is not down yet. I'm going to add an 8-inch circle. So I will have an 8x10 printed and cut an 8-inch circle, and it will fit in here, and the frame will go around the outside of that 8-inch circle, if that makes sense. So that will be my cover page. The next layout is this little one for Country Bumpkin. And it has a little stump with an axe, but not a whole lot more yet for decorations. And even though it has the country lace, I still don't feel like it's too feminine. Like I could use it for male or female. So that's the second layout. The third layout features a little tractor. I know it's not John Deere green or the right color for International or any of the other tractor companies, but I just decided to make it match my layout. I put liquid glass on the mirror, or I'm sorry, on the window, and then I laid that down inside. So it's a little lower, and this is popped up, and the wheels are popped up even more. But it does come up almost enough because it's very thick layer of liquid glass on there. And you know my hardest part of liquid glass was the patience to let that dry. This one doesn't really have a title as far as words. I could always add one. There's some room here or here. So some of them are titleless, but I want to see where things go with my pictures. And you'll notice almost everything is a 4x6. I had that really large picture that was the 8-inch circle, but most of them on my pages are usually 4x6s. Next is Good Times, and I use the Spotlight on Nature circle dies for a lot of these, and the Forever Plaid embossing folder on a lot of the circles. I designed some things in Cricut, like the basket and the Good Times, and I haven't decided if I will fill this with flowers, but I have extras. If I will put flowers, and I've left room for things to be tucked down inside. Like it's going to be very easy to tuck things inside by the way that I put my foam adhesive, my dimensionals underneath that. So I think that'll be really fun. But it could easily go for male or female. And this one also titleless, but there's plenty of room for a title, especially up here. And I left that on purpose, and I can stamp a beautiful title, whatever it goes with. And it's not too feminine. I mean, I have some little, a trowel and some little things that you would use like for planting, and I think of it as like planting flowers. And I can tuck some flowers in here or coming out of here if I want it to be feminine, or I can make it some other things if I want. I could almost add some liquid glass in here to that pail too. I kind of want to see where things go with that layout. I do have a big scrapbook to make for graduation this year, and it's for a boy. So I want to make sure that if I need to use any of these, they're not too feminine. So I wanted to have some layouts that I could use potentially in his. This one is everyday life. There's a little bucket and a shovel, but it could go lots of directions. I can almost see him fishing right here because I can watch him fishing out my back window. And then this is the final one. And if I needed to, I could pair it up with another one. This actually took a half pack of Country Woods and a half of a pack of Country Lace. So you could make this twice with 1 pack of each. And you will notice that I do add some close to my heart melon flowers and some adhesive-backed snowflakes. Just because it says snowflakes doesn't mean it can't work on some flowers. So let me bring in some cards that I've made. And I will start with my little truck. So this is a fun fold. And it's a happy birthday. Isn't that cute? So it folds up like this. And then I have a little wheelbarrow, and I could use these on the layouts if I wanted. I finished all of mine and had these left, and so I had designed a bunch of ephemera. And so there's room to write a little sentiment. You can still sign it down here, but isn't that fun? Another fun fold, one with the landscape, one with the portrait orientation, and then here is the final one. And these two feature flowers. This one, I just put the snowflakes in the center of some and the melon flowers in the middle of some of the other ones. This one, I took my Stampin' Right and went around some of these flowers. That's the darker one. And I believe that color of Stampin' Right was Calypso Coral. And then for some of these other flowers, I use my Stampin' Blends, and that's why the ink kind of bled when I went around the edges. And I went around with, if I can find the color, the light Calypso Coral. And then some of them I added the snowflake sequence, and some of them the melon flowers from Close to My Heart. And this one just opens like this, and another little snowflake center here. And I brought this in from an ephemera pack, thinking of you. So let me move these out if you want to screenshot those pictures, those cards. And so I hope you've enjoyed that little workshop share. And if you have any questions, let me know. Most everything was designed in Cricut Design Space. And these were ephemera packs for the sentiments. And then I used the 3 different sizes of circle punches from Stampin' Up! To cut the circles that I've added in places. And I have a lot of those extra circles. And some of them are only partial circles, but when you start tucking in some behind others, you really don't need full circles. So I was just stamping or punching out from scraps, literally. Some of these were Close to My Heart cardstock, and some were Stampin' Up! Just because I'm using up my stash and they looked nice together. And this was a Stampin' Up! Punch. And so was these, there were 3 different flowers from an old Stampin' Up! Punch that I had in my stash. And so I just punched up a bunch of those and thought it would be perfect to go in this workshop. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope you have a great day. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more crafty inspiration.